go like to Italy and different places, you don't get as sick when you drink their wines?
It has to do with, like, the government here allows 76 different additives. So if all the wine's being made, if it's over sugared, over sulfited, stuff like that.
All right, now a company with the slogan, "We crush grapes, you crush life."
And this is something I've been seeing all over my Facebook feed. You probably have too. So joining us now from FitVine Wine is co-founder Mark Warren. And thanks for being here.
Cheers to you.
So FitVine, and if you see the label, it's got someone running. So tell us a little bit about what makes this wine different.
Our idea was to bring clean, great-tasting wines to anybody who's trying. So as our tagline says, we crush grapes, you crush life. That's what it's about, is you have a busy schedule and you want to have a glass of wine on a Tuesday night, you shouldn't get up the next morning and have to come in and not feel too great about it. So, it's about crushing your job, crushing a marathon, crushing things with your kids. And the premise behind it was to reduce sugar levels, sulfite levels, and create a clean wine to it. So unfortunately, not all wines made the same. They can be overprocessed, and we back all our wines up with lab testing. So we work with the industry-leading lab in California. Been around 40 years. Our wines have no pesticides, no molds, minimal histamines, about half the sugar of traditional dry wines, and they still taste great.
All right.
All right. Well, we're going to sample, and then we'll ask you more questions.
So this is tell us a little bit about this.
This is our Chardonnay. So our Chardonnay is unoaked, done in stainless steel, so it's more crisp, clean taste to it, so it's not that buttery, sugary taste. Nice and dry, but, not puckery to it.
It's very good.
And so
very
are the
clean.
grapes from California? You're from Lodi.
Yes, so our winery's in Lodi, but all our grapes come from Sonoma, Napa, Sierra Foothills, and Lodi.
Now, we're drinking a kind of wine, I would say, that people in other parts of the world get to drink on a regular basis. We don't realize it, but here in America, our wines are typically filled with lots of additives where this is not.
Correct. And that's not all wines, so we
Right.
want to
No.
make that blanket statement, but the government does allow 76 different flavor additives to wine. A lot of wine is produced too fast, so we've taken an old European style, taken a lot of time to it. We do an extended fermentation to dry, starting out with a lower sugar level of the grapes. And that was the goal, is to create, clean, great-tasting wines without affecting the taste and the flavor and the mouthfeel.
Or the alcohol content.
Or the alcohol.
All right, and so now coming from someone who doesn't drink a lot of wine, is this also low calorie? Because it's low sugar?
Correct.
Okay.
Bringing down the sugar a little. It did bring down the calories and carbohydrates a little. Typically, our white wines sit about 90 calories per 5-ounce glass, and the reds are around 95. But the goal wasn't to make a low-calorie wine. That was kind of an after effect, but it was more about, again, feeling good about drinking wine like when you're in Europe and not having that kind of
Heaviness.
heaviness to it, or just grogginess.
Our producer would like us to taste the red wine.
Okay.
That's what she said in my ear.
Okay.
I'm not angling.
Are you sure? I didn't hear that.
So I have two of our reds with us today. Our first one is, all summer long, was the #1 selling wine in Whole Foods. This is our Cabernet.
Wow.
So are you new to the Tampa Bay area relatively?
Yes. So we just started entering stores in Florida this summer. Our first national chain that had brought us on was Whole Foods. We've just started entering Total Wines in Florida as well, and we'll be expanding with our distributor throughout the state in 2018 to hopefully encompass everybody.
It's got a lot of flavor.
And it's super light. It's really nice. And
Easy
usually
drinking.
a cab is not this light.
Exactly. We wanted to have nice, clean, approachable wines. Not, a big, heavy, bold Cabernet. Something that's, great wine to drink every day.
Now, do you pair this with certain foods or?
It goes well with almost anything, and I know that's not a good
Or
answer,
with
but
nothing,
right?
yes. I mean, typically, reds would go well with your light meats, whether it's a steak or a lamb or a pork chop, and traditionally they'll say your whites will go with fish or a pasta. But they do mix pretty well. I mean, my favorite to mix with it is always chocolate.
And then is there something going on this weekend that brought you all the way over here from Lodi?
Yes, so we're here for the Uncorked event.
Nice.
That's going to be at Clearwater Beach. I think they say it's about 6,000 people between Saturday and Sunday.
It's a great time. You're going to love it. Welcome to Tampa, Florida.
Thank you.
And by the way, you crushed it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And you got in late last night, so
Yeah.
thank you so much. Well, we're here to help you make today great.
We'll be right back. Cheers.
Cheers, ladies.